Something is running your life right now. It's deciding how much money you make, how much freedom you have, and whether you scale or stay stuck. But most people have no idea it even exists. It's called micro decisions, tiny invisible choices you make on autopilot thousands of times a day. They feel like nothing, but over time, they're actually dictating your life, which is why your calendar's always full, you feel stuck, you're busy but not free. And no, this is not a video about working harder. It's about finding the hidden system running your time, money, and energy. We're gonna flip it to work for you. Because the people winning right now, they're not doing more. They're doing less on purpose. Let me give you one example. This is UPS. So UPS, their drivers, they don't turn left. I'm not joking, it's literal company policy. They redesigned their routing software to avoid left turns to save time at lights. And that saved over 10 million gallons of fuel. That cut 100 million miles off driving and added $1 billion to their bottom line. One micro decision multiplied thousands of times. So where is your $1 billion decision? Let's break this down. Chapter 1, what are the micro decisions? Why should you care? Imagine your life as an airport. You've got somewhere important to be. Freedom, money, time back, whatever your destination is. Now look down. Some of the floors are moving walkways. You step on and the walkway either pushes you forward or it pulls you back. That's what micro decisions are. Tiny repetitive choices. You make them without even thinking. Do I follow up now or wait? Do I check my phone first thing or don't? Do I systematize this or redo it again tomorrow? You don't think of them as real decisions, but they are. And they move you either closer to your goals or further from them. Behavioral psychology shows that most of what we call decisions, they're not deliberative. They're automatic, subconscious, and built-in patterns. Our brain has just learned them over time. Nobel Prize psychologist Daniel Kahneman says the brain's decision processes are actually split into two systems. Look at this. System 1, fast, automatic, pattern-based decisions. Systems 2 are slow, deliberate, thoughtful decisions. You're operating on system 1 most of the day, on autopilot, especially when the small choices, you don't even notice them. That's why these feel invisible. Most people don't even register these as decisions, but they are. And they're dictating your outcomes, whether you realize it or not. One popular stat says we make about 35,000 decisions per day, and the majority automatic, not conscious. So here's the question. Are your micro decisions pulling you forward or dragging you back? Chapter 2. The power law of effort. Why most hard work is wasted. Most of what you do, it's a waste. Not because you're lazy, because of the 80-20 rule, Pareto principle. So you've probably heard of this, but maybe not in the context of your micro decisions. Roughly 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. Most people miss the high leverage actions that are often tiny, boring, invisible, and you do them every day. Take Michael Phelps. When people ask what made him the most decorated Olympian of all time, he never talks about race day. He talks about the most mundane things, how he showed up on random training days when no one was watching. Phelps was actually obsessed, if you didn't know this, with his swim caps and also with his goggles. He was so obsessed with them and worried about every downside consequence. One of his micro decisions is every time he swam with his eyes closed because he just thought, what if one time my goggles don't work? He says it's not about excellence every 4 years, it's about how excellent you are right now on a Friday afternoon. Are you going through the motions or doing something to get better? That's Pareto at work. It wasn't one heroic swim, it was him deciding to shave every inch of his body before he got in the pool. That is a micro decision that he repeated every single time. A tiny percentage of his daily choices produced an Olympian. So in your life, small decisions done consistently, well, there are a few that actually matter. And I want to drill down even further into that. 20% of the 20%, so just 4% of what you do, might be driving over 60% of your results. So if you're working 12-hour days and you're still stuck, it's actually not an effort problem, it's a focus problem. You're paying attention to the wrong 20%, and that's where the leverage is. And that's how you start building a life that scales. You focus on the right thing. So the question to ask yourself is, where is your Phelps razor? Where can you swim with your goggles full and your eyes blind? Number 3, what happens if you ignore micro decisions? It's not just that you're missing a bunch of upside, there's actually a bunch of downside, like the 23-minute tax. So this is interesting. Research shows it takes up to 23 minutes to fully refocus after just one interruption. And let's be honest, how often are you checking email, Slack, notifications? Most people, they check it 20 to 30 times a day. That's not multitasking. That's a full day of productivity wiped out by context switching. How many times have you thought, I'm just gonna check something real quick, and found yourself down an Instagram K-hole? Every one of those moments is a tiny leak in your ability. It's a tiny leak in your focus, and they're draining your bank account too. It's actually not the $8 coffee everybody's yelling at you about, including me sometimes. It's the 15 times you didn't think twice to distract yourself. Studies are actually fascinating. They show the average person spends $314 a month on things they don't even remember buying. That's $4,000 a year. And we spend more when paying is easy. That's like the real problem with how they're stealing money from you right now is frictionless financial spending. So it's not even a budgeting problem. It's that you open up the app and you can double click on Instagram to get something straight to you, and the same thing with Amazon. So the pattern is shaped actually by your defaults, your micro decisions. And because they're small, you don't notice it. You wake up a month from now wondering, where did my money go? Why does it feel like I'm always behind? And these decisions are either gonna help you make money or leak them. Like, for instance, instead of those micro decisions where you give all your money to Mark Zuckerberg, who I think he's doing fine, he doesn't need it, you instead set up your automatic savings so that you're not spending all the time. You take out your 10 to 30% before you make a single dollar for fun or spending activities, and you auto make sure that you invest it in something like Wealthfront. That is a micro decision that is for the positive. Chapter 4, real stories, real results. So micro decisions might sound small, but let's look at how big these could be. Like, for instance, Southwest Airline, they only fly one type of plane. Do you know that? Boeing 737. Why? Same plane means the same training, same maintenance, faster turnarounds. Most airlines, they have a ton of different models. So other airlines have to have different engineers, fleets, complexity. Southwest was like, nah, we're gonna pick one plane, and that's why we're gonna become one of the most profitable carriers in the US. So because of that, Southwest actually made money profitably when most of the airlines did not. Let's go to Costco next. Costco doesn't rely on markup to make money. Their real profit comes from, do you guys know this? Membership fees. So one recurring micro decision, sign up annually, that's it. That, yes, makes them $4 billion in pure margin, more than they make on everything else they sell. One decision, infinite cash flow, and you don't even think about it. Now, you don't need to be UPS or Costco to use this. We've seen lots of people stack small decisions. Like, for instance, this is Bobby Pierce. So Bobby's interesting because Bobby, he was in our community, and he started sending 5x more follow-ups to leads. He didn't hire anyone new. We just got him a faster speed to lead, which means that he made an additional $120K in revenue this year. Not bad. Or Jemmy Murray, who had a micro decision to offload sales using AI and led to $922K in new revenue. Remember, this isn't about a big breakthrough. It's about finding one decision that matters to you, locking in and letting it work every day without you. That decision to not get in the way of the leads and just allow somebody to respond immediately, yeah, that might be one decision once, but look how they compound. Now, you can have the best destination, but if you drift 1% off course every day, you're in a different city by the end of the month. One of the first real decisions you make when starting a business is your domain. It is the foundation everything else builds on. Grab your domain name early. Seriously, it's one of those 5-minute moves that pays off forever. But the problem, most good .com names are gone. So you end up with something like besthvacsolutions93.com. That's why I like .online domain. You can get the name you want, like Codie.online. And in a world where trust is everything, that's leverage. So if you've been putting it off, go grab .online domain now before someone else does. We'll drop a link below. Chapter 5, the micro framework. So this is how you take all these ideas and you put them into action right now. I use this 5-step filter. It starts with M, which is notice the moment. Ask, why does this feel harder than it should? Why am I doing this again? You're replying to the same client question for the 3rd time this week. That frustration you feel, that's not bad luck or bad energy. That's micro decisions hiding. Friction is a signal. I, identify the lever. Ask, what's one step that repeats? What's the smallest change with the biggest payoff? You keep rescheduling meetings because people don't show up prepared. The lever isn't better meetings. It's sending an agenda template before every call. It's making sure that they understand what the value is when they get on. Repetition equals leverage. C is constrain or cut. Can I remove this? Can I automate that? Can I set a rule so I never have to decide this again? You waste 15 minutes every morning deciding what to work on. So you set a rule. No email before 11 a.m. One priority task first. No debate, no willpower. Fewer choices, more freedom. And then R, reinforce what works. Ask, did this save time, money, or energy? Can I lock this in as a default? You batch meetings into 2 days, suddenly you get Fridays back. That's what I do, but I do that with Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you don't experiment anymore, you make the rule, which means wins only matter if you keep them. So you want to offload them forever. O, ask, can I delegate this, template it, or delete it permanently? Let's say you're asking the same onboarding questions every week. Record a Loom, drop it in a doc, never explain it again. Every system is a silent employee. Think about that for a second. Every system you have is a silent employee working for you. This isn't about massive life overhauls. It's catching one annoying moment, turning it into a smart rule, letting it compound, maybe even using AI to do it. Chapter 6, positive versus negative micro decisions. Auto-saving 10% of every paycheck, setting a recurring gym schedule, replying kindly even when annoyed, scheduling deep work blocks, prepping meals once a week, reviewing bank accounts on Sunday. Any of these is a micro decision that's negative. So have more positive, less negative. Chapter 7, why this matters now. We're in the middle of a focus crisis. Your brain, your calendar, your money, they're all under attack. Right now, humans used to have a 12-second attention span. Now it's 8. That's less than a goldfish. We have some people saying they're in 31 hours of meetings a week. The work week is only 40 hours. You get 60 to 90 notifications per day, and most employees context switch every 2 to 3 minutes. 92% of you are context switching during meetings. Also, are you context switching during this video? But seriously, those small decisions are actually stealing money right out of your pocket. It's kind of like, the Buddha said, which is be here now. If you can determine how to keep your focus in a world that is trying to steal it from you, you will make more money. So go back through this video, follow the framework, do these small decisions that you know you need to do every day, because those small decisions compound into your millions. Promise. You don't have to be richer, you don't have to be smarter, you don't have to be better looking, you don't have to have a better education than anybody else. You just need to make better small decisions. Oh wait, I want to show you something else. I've been trying to insert more Gen Z alpha terminology, so my team tells me I should say, here's the T, and this is my next idea for you. Snacks. I don't like to think about what they are anymore, so I only have little meat snacks that they put together for me. This would be not chicken, this is definitely steak, and this is bison meat. And I used to make this by myself. This was meal prepping. I do it every single Monday. Now I have a chef that puts these together for me. But that means that I don't have to worry about what I'm gonna eat, and I don't end up eating trash, which would happen otherwise. Okay, the next one is whisper flow. Basically, I don't type anymore, I just go like this. Hey guys, can you go ahead and send that for me? I'm a little bit late on the delivery, so I'll see you guys in 20 minutes, but you can start without me. Bam, and there it is. I don't have to do anything besides text. Oh, by the way, it doesn't allow for that. Like, when it says duck all the time, but you don't mean duck, you mean something else? Whisper flow, well, they know. Okay, I want to talk about assistants, because you work less, they work more, but they make less money than you. I started out with an AI assistant. You could use one like Codie. Then I got a virtual assistant that's about $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month. Now I have a real assistant, and she's a lot more than that, but you scale up. Also, why do all the work yourself when you can use robots? I use Claude Code, and Claude Code basically allows me to make things that are like another agent that can do things for me. So you can check this out right here. I could basically, in real time, have it recreate a base case scenario of an underlying dashboard that I want to have. Looks like a bunch of stuff that you guys probably can't understand, but all I have to do is talk to it like a human. And it starts actually creating a real usable database that I can view in real time, which is pretty rad. And that database ends up saving me tens of hours, so I don't have to use a bunch of spreadsheets. Instead, Claude will code it for me. Also, what if you just save more time doing the things you already do? Let me show you this thing. So I didn't, my dude built, basically a way for every single meeting. It tracks how many minutes you are behind and how many minutes everybody has to go through during the meeting. So you don't have a bunch of meetings that run over time with people who are yappers and they yap up all your time. You know what I'm talking about? Not into that.